Yep, go.
Hey guys, this is Naomi Potts. We're live here in Washington, D.C. at the corner of 14th Street and G. We are covering a protest to
Watch your
Trump report. You have the anarchists and the lover together. Somebody threw down some newspaper stands and then people came back and picked it up. There's a lot of mixed feelings here. Some people are visibly angry and are walking up to Trump supporters and saying, fuck you, while you have others saying, you know, we want to organize and express our feelings, but we want to be lawful and respectful and just exercise our freedom of speech. There's a lot of tension in the air. Frankly, I think there are some Republicans here who would be happier to be here under different circumstances, but you know, we're here the night before the inauguration of Donald Trump. We're near the White House.
Slow down. The
Trump,
slower we go, it's better feed.
Donald Trump is going to be inaugurated in under a day, and people are out on the streets. You see bicyclists, police officers. Let's show some of this. Police officers formulating, ready. They're lining up. You know, it's not a very large protesters. What happened was they organized outside of the Deplorable, which is the Gays for Trump ball. Yes, that exists. Question why, I don't know. I think some of the people who organize it, frankly, I know who they are. They were doing that because they wanted to get on TV. Let's just be real. A lot of the key Trump supporters joined the Trump campaign not because they believed in anything he represented, but because they wanted to get ahead. They wanted to get their names out. So here we are in the middle of the street. Everything's blocked off. A lot of people are trying to express their freedom of expression. Hey guys, do we want to come on camera?
Be careful. The Young Turks, we're here with the Young Turks.
Oh, all right.
All right.
What's the one that you fear most be taken away from you under a Trump administration?
The environment.
The environment?
Sure it's sad or not, that's what's important, the environment.
You were out there?
Month and a half.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Coming out here to DC.
Thank you. Joseph. Have a nice day. Where are you going?
Wait, I recognize him.
All right, who?
Him. We're with the Young Turks. Tell him. Yep.
What's your name?
What's going on? Rod Weber.
Rod, why are you out here today?
Try to keep the peace, make sure that stuff doesn't get buried.
Why are you holding flowers?
Because it's a symbol of peace. I see now people on the left, people are against Donald Trump. I'm vehemently against Donald Trump. Anyone who's seen my work knows that I've been going around trying to pick up all this stuff and knock them over. They're pushing mailboxes and newspaper stands in the street. And I know I'll get a lot of flack for saying that it's the right thing to do to pick it up, because if the police see us doing that, people are going to get hurt. People are going to get hurt.
We talked about this on the way over. That bringing the protest is a way to go up against the fighters for Trump.
I met Chris Cox of Bikers for Trump. I've given him a flower. He actually took a flower from me. And but he also says that he'll respond with force. If he needs to. He's not afraid to do that. When you've got Antifa people out here, which stands for anti-fascist, and you've got the Bikers for Trump, who also have a track record that was a little bit iffy, that's a volatile combination. And so that's why I'm out here, out on the front there when they were pepper spraying everyone. I got pepper spray in my face. And the whole thing was to hold the flowers and walk to all the police and say, we're here for peace. Don't let a couple bad apples make you do something that you're going to regret. You have to go home to your wife and your kids or any of your loved ones, and you have to tell them what you did today. So don't overreact.
Why do you think folks decided to protest the Deplorable versus many other events that are happening?
From my understanding, the Deplorable is an alt-right group, and it's got fascist components to it, and this is an anti-fascist group. Obviously, now I've been to 39 Donald Trump rallies. I know the fascism firsthand. I've been beaten up more times than I can count. I've been kicked out more times than I can count. The Fayetteville rally, Cenk will tell you, there was 19 ejections before I was kicked out for love you. You'll remember the footage of that one from the Young Turks. So I know the high level of violence. I've been thrown over tables, been arrested. The whole 9 yards. Absolutely, Donald Trump and his goons are fascist. but if we respond in the same way, we're no better than him. So we need to be out here and protecting the mailboxes and everything that they're knocking over. I know they're useless pieces, not useless, but they're inanimate objects, inanimate pieces of public property. And if protecting them will maybe see, the police will see that and chill out, then I'm all about it. So.
Okay, thank
I
you.
think that's a really important message to keep in mind here, is that when we do things like that, no matter how angry we are playing into their narrative, and it distracts from all the good work that you're doing, all the freedom of speech that we have as a nation for time being.
And I want to give a shout out to Jordan for being out. No, I mean, because I was at Standing Rock for 6 weeks. He was there every day, holding it down. Love what he does. Love what you guys do.
He's here tonight. You'll see him. You'll see him around. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Take care. Be good.
Great. All right, let's go catch up. If you see, it seems like the cops are kind of pushing the groups back and forth, trying to contain them. They pushed them this way by blocking them off towards F Street, and then they started to push them from F Street towards G Street. So I don't know if they're trying to contain them in one place. There's also a woman on the corner. She's singing opera. I don't know if that's an expression of freedom of expression of how she wants to be civil, express her civil disobedience, or if she's just singing. These are the things that happen on Inauguration Weekend when Donald Trump is elected. All right, so that's the woman over there singing opera. Let's go walk over there. It's all blocked off.
Yeah.
Careful this rock here. We're all being confused there. We probably don't want to. Ready?
Yep.
All right. Let's just show. Are we still live?
Yep.
Okay. So all the cops have pushed the group towards the center there. I don't know if they're getting ready to make arrests, but it seems like they're trying to contain them in one area. Frankly, this is a disorganized protest. It doesn't seem to have leaders, and it's not like unions and different groups of individuals. There are different forms of protest. There's obviously marches. This seems to be a group of individuals who've gotten together to protest the alt-right event, the Deplorable, which is set up to be like Gays for Trump. That's the way that they've set this up. Let's see what's happening. Such a weird mix of elated Trump supporters with frustrated, angry, shocked Americans who
Watch out, Ty.
may or may not recognize Donald Trump as president.
They're trying to turn.
I used to be a white American, but I gave it up in the interest of humanity. Okay, no problem. It's an interesting sticker. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Love you, Young Turks.
Thank you.
I just started my I'm good.
Sure?
I feel like I wouldn't sound that eloquent, but I just started
Sounds
my
great.
I just started my monthly recurring donation to you guys.
Oh!
So now you're a real member. You're part of
You
us.
guys can put me on all the ads.
What's your name?
Rachel?
Thanks, Rachel.
No worries.
Why are you here tonight?
Well, I was telling him, I just kind of woke up this morning and I felt like when I wake up tomorrow, my country is going to be taken away from me. And it's kind of a sad reality.
What do you fear the most under a Trump presidency?
Oh my, there's so many things.
First thing that comes to mind.
Well, first my family. So immigration is a huge issue in my family. It's not a matter of being undocumented. They came here, they just overstayed. But they're really great people. And they would find a path to legal citizenship, but they just can't. I mean, not everybody has the resources. And then second, I'm really pro-labor. So I really care about workers' rights, and I fear that with the new administration, we just worked so hard, the wage, the overtime role, and all of that's just going to go away.
Where's your family from?
Fiji. Yeah, so they had to come here with something, but yeah, no, thank you. You guys be safe.
Stay safe here.
Yeah.
We're gonna go check out and see what's happening. They may have broken up the group. Do we want to
That's where all the cops are. Okay.
We gotta be careful. They haven't paved the.
We generally come out on Sunday.
We need a bike.
Bike shares, but they're all sponsored by banks.
I would run into that.
Hey there. Are you here to protest Trump?
I'm not really interested in talking.
Okay, no worries.
Thank you for the honor. Have a good night.
You too. I think that people are feeling complicated emotions, mixed emotions here. They're not really sure how to express what they're feeling. I think some people are coming to the realization that Donald Trump is going to be president. This is a DC Tenants Advocacy Coalition talking about Donald Trump. Of course, Donald Trump has a very mixed record when it comes to housing. There's just so many areas of our government that are in danger under a Trump presidency, whether it's housing, environmental rights, health rights, human rights, police cracking down on peaceful protests, freedom of speech, targeting individuals for possession of marijuana.
They went down that way.
That they deem a violation of the law, a different interpretation of the laws. Donald Trump has women's rights, indigenous rights. He's stacked his cabinet. Oh, here we go. They're like, we don't know who to listen to anymore.
Just do circles.
Are we answering to President Obama? Are we answering to... It's pretty clear. Of course, there's the fear that the country's going to be privatized.
Let's cross.
That public transportation will be privatized. Just looking at public everywhere I look, I'm thinking, how are they going to privatize that? How are they going to privatize this park? How are they going to privatize the streets? How are they going to privatize public transportation more than they already are? How are they going to privatize healthcare more than they already have in the past? How are they going to privatize the air and environmental? I mean, right now I'm thinking, you have somebody who is being nominated to head the EPA, and all I'm thinking is, how is he going to privatize the EPA? Because now they have to, for the sake of humanity, deal with these environmental issues. It's no longer something they can push off. When China starts to change their policies because it's in their economic interests, but also it's just reality, then these capitalists have to do something. So I'm wondering, how is Scott Pruitt? How is Rex Tillerson? How are these guys going to find a way to privatize off of slowing the environmental damage that they have created?
Right now
How?
is that the crowd is clearly
Everything. When you look at those nominees, you gotta say, how do they want to make money off of that department? And we saw it. Betsy DeVos, totally unfucking qualified. $200 million. And she got a seat to be Secretary of Education. This is the world that we live in today. And this is why it's so important for you guys to not just think, how can I voice my opinion? How can I protest? But how can I take action? How can I turn this into something that is actually going to change policy? Because we don't have a lot of options right now. We have to be really smart. That means what you can do is...
The Young Turks.
Hey, want to be interviewed? Yes? What's your name?
David.
Hey, David. So were you out here protesting tonight?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's, I have to say, it's a little incoherent, which is disappointing to see. But I think that there's a pretty good showing. And I think more generally, you know, it's good to see resistance in DC for the inauguration. So.
How long have you lived in DC?
I've been here for 3 years now. Yeah.
Have you seen this type of organization in DC for any particular events?
You know, I would say definitely external ones come to DC every so often, but definitely this would be probably the largest I've seen in my time here. So.
How are you feeling about what happens tomorrow morning to the afternoon? Meaning,
Yeah.
Trump migration.
Yeah.
I didn't like to say it.
Yeah. You know, it's such an uncertain time, and I think that the biggest thing that I'm feeling is uncertainty. Is unsure what's going to happen in terms of policy, and that's really what my main concern is. I think it's so uncertain, you know,
you have a president that's not in line with his party, and it's really destabilizing for a lot of people, I think, because they're uncertain of, you know, so many of the benefits and progress that we have seen in the last 4 or 8 years, specifically under the Obama administration. I mean, I'm talking about the Affordable Care Act specifically. I think there's a lot of concern that, and reasonable concern, that if there's no actual plan for replacing the Affordable Care Act, that it's going to really impact the lives of Americans who really depend on the services that it provides, the subsidies that help make insurance affordable. And, you know, there has been some willingness on Republicans to keep elements of it, but, you know, I think it's right to criticize that and try to see whether or not that will actually provide the same type of services that it has in the past. So I'm definitely worried about the future of healthcare, and really, you know, I don't know what kind of future will exist for the United States on gun issues as well. So I think there's a lot to be worried about.
Very much.
Thanks so much.
Stay safe.
Have a good one. Good night.
All right, let's see where we can get. All right, if you want to turn it off, that's fine. We'll just again, 'cause we're just walking.